I'm Kendra, and I'm a wedding photographer. The way I got into photography, that's hard. I'm one of those people that have had a camera in my hand since I was a little girl. My dad and mom gave me one when I was in elementary school. It was one of those little Kodak ones. They were really long and it had like the clicker over here and it was film. And I took photos of everything and spent all my allowance and babysitting money on getting the film developed of photos of whatever, dolls, friends, my parents, my family, whatever. I watched my dad on family vacations with his digital SLR film camera and just loved watching him set up shots. And so when I got the opportunity in high school to take a film course, I jumped at it and learned on black and white film. And then in college, the digital era came about, and so I grabbed my first digital SLR and took anybody and everybody's photos and just had fun with it. Gary and I got married, had a bad experience with photos, never wanted anybody to have the same experience. So when we moved to Texas, I reached out to a wedding photographer to see if I could tag along, and she said yes, and that's kind of the rest. The rest is history. Like, I just fell in love with it, and here I am today. Priorities on a wedding day are my clients, making sure they feel relaxed and comfortable and taken care of and not anxious. So my clients, then their family and their friends, and then for me, the details are all secondary. They are the filler and the little bits that help tell their story better, but more than anything, it's the couple. I love meeting new people. Even though I'm an introvert, like for whatever reason, the relationships and just getting to know them and take people out of this, like, I don't like to have photos. We don't know what to do. Like, to then have them walk away from a wedding or a session and be like, well, that was fun. Like, sometimes I'll even have grooms that say, I'll do that again. I'm like, all right. Like, my job is accomplished when a groom walks away from a session and is like, that's fun. Why should a couple pick me as their wedding photographer? Because I have their best interests at heart. I come in as a photographer first and foremost. I want to make sure that everything on their day is captured, and so that way they can look back at those images and remember all the little details that they're going to miss. I come in as a friend because a cheerleader, a supporter, an extra bridesmaid to make sure their dress looks okay, their tux is buttoned correctly, their boutonnieres on right, they feel comfortable in their photos. Their families feel comfortable like getting in front of their photos. I think it's important to have images that 100% represent your wedding day, that look true to your wedding day. The colors of the flowers look the way you wanted them to look, that you paid all this money to look, that you can look back with your kids and your grandkids and be like, look at these pink peonies. Look at these ranunculus. Like, this is exactly what I wanted, and this is exactly how they looked. Not only the colors and the way they looked, but the emotions behind it. The way you hugged your husband or your wife for the very first time. That embrace that happened right after the ceremony that you can't relive. There are moments that literally happen once and they're frozen, and I get to do that. What do I love about photography? My clients. More than anything. I really do love my clients, and I love the fact that I get to like show up on one of their most special days and be part of it and get to document this moment that that's so special and so unique to them that then they get to look back on forever and then show their kids. And I don't know, it's the relationship with my clients. Being a mom, I know how important and how fleeting the moments are. I know that little girl, that girl that's having her dress zipped up by her mom, like, that's a moment that they both have dreamed of. And it's not just a moment, it's a very, very special moment. And to be able to photograph that's important. And to be able to know that, you know what, mom really wants this. She wants to be able to look back and see her little girl that years ago played dress up, played being a bride, had pretend weddings with her daddy. Like, I see those things and feel those things. First dances with dad. I see my own husband with my daughters every single first dance. I cry. I see during as a dad walks a daughter down the aisle, as he gives her away. Like, those are moments that they're not just moments between human beings, they're moments between family members. And as a mom, like, I know how important those are because I see my own daughters as those moments happen.